Hello dear students, very good morning to you all. In this today's class I teach you very simple topic. At the same time it is very important for which you in examination. In examination you may get this question. The question will be like this. What is recursive function? You programming exam. You may get this question for 5 marks. That means in today's class I teach you how to write the answer for this question. Or you may get another question like this. Write recursive function to find factorial of n. Okay, I'll start the class now. First of all, we need to know which one is called as recursive function. A function that calls itself means the function is calling itself instead of calling other function. That is what we call recursive function. A function that calls itself to do specific task. That is what we call recursive function. For example, look at this example. Here we have one main function. Inside the main, printf has been called. Inside the main, scanf has been called. Inside the main, fact has been called. Inside the main, printf has been called. This is not a recursive function. For example, I give one more example for you so that you can understand. Now, can you tell me the output of this code? Here the main function started. Afterwards, inside the main, one printf is there. Here I write printf. Then in double quote I write hello. Now, can you tell me the output of this code? Output of this simple C program is that it will print the word hello on monitor. That's all. This is not a recursive function because inside the main printf has been called. Now what I do, inside the main only I call the main. Yes, it is possible in C language. Inside the main you can call main, but we cannot use two or more main functions in single C program. Now this is a recursive function. Why it is a recursive function? Because inside the main only main has been called. That's what is called as a recursive function. Okay, a function that calls itself. That means main is called by main only. That's why it is called as recursive function. Now, can you tell me the output of this code? What will be the output of this program? It will print the message hello. How many times? Continuously. There is no end for it. That's why it is called as infinite loop. It's called as infinite loop. Such questions will come during the campus selection process or during the technical test. Some technical rounds will be there in some of the institute. At that time, question paper, such questions will come. I hope now you have understood which one is called as recursive function. Now, can you tell me the answer for the question? What is recursive function? A function that calls itself to do specific task is called recursive function. The recursive functions are used by programmers to solve those problems in which the next calculation depends on previous result. Understood or not? I repeat slowly for you. Means the recursive functions are suitable to solve those problems in which next calculation depends on previous results. Can you give me some such examples in which next calculation depends on previous results? For example, factorial of n. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 2, 2. 2 into 3, 6. 6 into 4, 24. 24 into 5, 120. Means we are using the previous product value to multiply with the next value. Means you can solve this problem by writing recursive function. Understood? One more suitable example to write recursive function is that sum of 1 to n numbers. 0 plus 1, 1. Okay? Understood? 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. Means we are using the previous result to add with the next value. Such problems can be solved by writing recursive functions. I hope you understood. Very good. All of you are intelligent. Now, one simple example I give for you so that you can use this as an example in examination. Now, can you write a recursive function to find factorial of n? Yes, definitely. Now, I explained to you. First, see the code here. Here, function declaration is there. Okay, as I told you already in my last class. And here, function has been called. Here, the function definition is there. See this example first. What is the name of function? Fact. See here, inside the fact only fact has been called here. So it is called as recursive. Inside the fact only, once again the fact has been called. That means a function is calling itself to do specific task. That's what is called as a recursive function. Now I explain you slowly so that you can understand. Now I am going to write one function called fact. It takes one integer value. It gives one long integer type of answer. Why I have taken the long integer type of return value, do you know? Already I told you. What is the storage range supported by integer variable? Can you tell me? Minus 32,768 to plus 32,768. If the value exceeds this value, we cannot store that value in normal integer variable. So better go for long integer. Now can you tell me the factorial of 10? Definitely the factorial of 10 exceeds this range. So we need one long integer type of value we need to return. That's why long integer. What is the function name? Fact. It takes one integer value. It gives the result of which type? Long integer. I hope you understood. Very good. Now the main program starts. Int n. Very good. Long integer answer. To hold the answer. Definitely the answer might be more than this range. That's why long integer. Then we read a number. Then we pass to a function. Fact, come here. Take the 10. 10 will be transmitted to this n. Then it calculates the factorial. Use back. Then it will print. LD we use for long integer value. Percentage D is for integer. Percentage LD is for long integer. I hope you have understood. Very good. Now I explain you very slowly so that you can understand. Now for example, entered value of n is 5. I am calling a function with the given input 5. Now the 5 will be transmitted to n. What this function will do, if you give 0 or 1 to this function, it gives 1 back directly. What is the factorial of 0? 1. What is the factorial of 1? 1. That means this repetitive process stops. When this recursive stops, whenever the n becomes 0, whenever n becomes 1. Leave it. For example, enter a number. I enter 0. I am calling a function. Take 0 and give it the factorial. And pass value is 0. Yeah. Whether n is 0, return 1. What is the factorial of 0? 1. Factorial is 1. Over. Assume that the entered number 1 and I am calling a function with the given input 1. Okay. Once again that n will be transmitted to this n. Whether n is 0? No. Whether n is 1? Yeah. Return 1. Factorial of 1 is also 1. Now let us take another example. I give the input as 5. I am calling a function with 5. Contents of n is now 5. Whether n is 0? No. Whether n is 1? No. Else part works. Return n into, what is the n value? 5. 5 into fact of n minus 1. I call the same function with 4 now. Okay. Second time I am calling the same function. The new value. What is that? 4. Whether n is 0? No. Whether n is 1? No. Return n into. Return n into means how much? What is the n value? What is the n value? 5. 4. 4 into fact of 4 minus 1. What is that? 3. Again the same function has been called with a new value. What is that? 3. Whether n is 0? No. Whether n is 1? No. Again return n into. N into means how much? 3 into fact of 2. Now again I call the same function with the new value. What is that? 2. Now again the same function 2. Whether n is 0? No. Whether n is 1? No. N into. N into means how much? 2 into. Okay. 2 into fact of 1. Yeah. Now the n has become 1. Whenever the n becomes 1, n is 0? No. N is 1? Yeah. It returns 1. Whatever this returns, that one will be substituted here. Okay. 2 into 1 how much? 2. That one will be substituted here. 2 into 3 how much? 6. That will be substituted here. 6 4 is how much? 24. 24 into 5 how much? 120. 120 will be given to the main function. I hope you understood how this function works. That 120 will be given to the main function. Then the main function will print the answer as factorial is 1, right? I hope you have understood. Take one paper, how I explained, like that, trace for different values also. Definitely you understand. Whatever I taught in my today's class, just I revise for you once again very slowly. What is recursive function? A function that calls itself to do specific task is called recursive function. These are suitable to solve those problems in which the next calculation depends on previous result. This is very simple example for the recursive function. Main is called within main. There is no end for it. So you need to end it by using if condition. That's why here it has exist. This is what we just we are a given function called fact. The pass one value. If you just long integer type of value, pass your value that will be passed here till that n becomes 0 or 1. The function will be called by itself. The main value will return back. Then I hope you understand. Please watch the video once again very slowly till you understand. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.